Okay, so today's video is going to be the last video of the year. This is our review for our final on outer space. So, some of the things that are going to be on the test, we're going to be looking at effects that the moon has on Earth, like physical effects that the moon has on the Earth. There's going to be a whole bunch of things on the shape and orbits of the planets. There's going to be some of the moon vocab and some of the pictures of the moon on there. So things like craters and mescons and rays and riles would be on there. If I show a picture of the moon, you'd be able to identify what some of the different parts of those pictures are. There's going to be a true and false section, and it's going to ask some question about some of the different planets. What are the rules to be a planet? Some of the different facts about the planets that we covered in class, and the dwarf planets. More questions about the moon and its atmosphere, or why it doesn't have an atmosphere. There's going to be some questions on the phases of the moon. Okay, being able to understand the difference between the waxing phase and the waning phase. Looking at, again, some pictures of that, and we did our moon logs on those as well, so we should have a pretty good understanding of the moon. There's going to be a section on the test where you're going to have to pick out some of the facts, and if it's a fact on some of the different planets. So I'm going to list the different planets, and I'm going to list a bunch of facts, and you have to kind of match the correct fact with the correct planet. And again, looking at some of the major things about the planets, like Mars's atmosphere and what planet's closest to the sun, the furthest inner planet, the hottest planet, some of the planets with rings, ones with supersonic winds. A lot of the things that we went over in the Kahoot game show up in this section. Some of the moons of the outer planets also show up in this section. Okay, there's going to be a section on the test where you're going to have to identify the location of some of these objects, whether they are found in our solar system. If it's not found in our solar system, then it could be found in the Milky Way galaxy, and not in our solar system. And then the last thing would be that it's found in the universe, that it's not found in our solar system and it's not found in the Milky Way galaxy. With that kind of classification set up, we look at things in our solar system as planets, moons, comets, asteroids, meteors. Things outside of our solar system are going to be named stars with light years under 1,000 light years away. In many cases for those. If we're looking at galaxies, we're not going to have a galaxy inside another galaxy. So if it's asking about another galaxy, that's a dead giveaway that it's not going to be in our solar system, because our solar system doesn't have galaxies, and the Milky Way is a galaxy. It doesn't contain other galaxies, so that's going to then move things to in the universe. So there's a couple ways of working on those kind of problems. Most of it is just logic and reasoning. Okay, some questions on gravity, keeping the planets in order. How big the sun is, how stars form, how our sun forms. Some more questions on the moons of Jupiter, and we went over 4 of Jupiter's moons. So we talked about Ganymede and Callisto and Io and Europa. I would focus most of your energies on Io, Europa, and Ganymede. I don't really ask too many things about Callisto. There's definitely going to be a section on the test where you're going to have to identify parts of the sun. So go back to your diagrams of the layers of the sun, because you're definitely going to have to be able to answer questions on layers of the sun. What is a light year will be on there. Some things that the sun emits, and how they interact with Earth. So things like auroras. Okay, how long it takes light to get from the sun to the Earth. Okay, the difference between an astronomical unit and a light year. Okay, what is the solar wind? Okay, how does the sun produce energy, or how does the sun work to make light and heat? Okay, understanding how temperature changes as we look at the different layers of the sun. Okay, we kind of see temperatures increase as we go from the surface of the sun down to its core. Or if we look at it the other way, it would decrease as we go from the core out. But the core is the hottest area, and the sun's surface is the coolest area. There's going to be questions on the different types of eclipses, lunar eclipses and solar eclipses. So you're going to need to know the different parts of those. What is the umbra? What is the penumbra? Where are they located? For a solar eclipse, where is the Earth and the Moon in comparison to the Sun? And same thing for a lunar eclipse. How does that change? Okay. Both of them are going to be on there. There's going to be questions on the formation of the Moon. There's going to be questions on different types of galaxies. There's going to be some questions on relativity and gravity, the heliocentric model, and Copernicus. So these are all going to be different questions on your final. I hope that this video helps. If you have more questions, please feel free to stop by. We are going to have time between our exams. There's that study period, and even just if you have a question, stop by and ask. Hopefully this helps, and good luck.